Despite the god-awful amount of fan service in Soul Eater, it never had an entire character's purpose be just about their body and their clothes being removed or falling off from what I remember. I haven't read Soul Eater in ages. I have been absolutely enjoying the crash out from these people that are tourists and do not even watch Fire Force, or has definitely not watched Soul Eater. This person saying that they watched or read Soul Eater, I'm going to call absolute bullshit on that. There is a lot of fan service within Soul Eater. There is GIFs you can even look up online about Soul Eater. Just type in Soul Eater fan service and you will find it. It is so crazy to me, the absolute crash out that people are having about the latest episode of Fire Force. I mean, this post alone has almost 2 million views, and there's a lot of people that are crashing out, being very upset. Like read this. Ironically, this is the one character that makes me not want to watch Fire Force. Good. You're getting gatekept. I love to see it. I love seeing gatekeeping. I love seeing that there is a character that pisses you off so much that you won't even touch a series. The anime's not meant for you. Shonen is probably not meant for you because, like, what do you mean that you're getting upset about a shonen series dedicated to a teen demographic having fan service? Like, it's common sense. Who reads a shonen and doesn't expect fan service? Like, come on, man. Who goes into a shonen and expects zero? Like, it's crazy. I'm very happy to see so many of these individuals crashing out over this topic. People fuming about just how the episode literally called them out for wanting to censor, sanitize, and remove fiction they deem problematic. So let's show the clip that is making the rounds and making people pissed. Well, the actual fans are not pissed, by the way. These are people that are pissed about this, that feel targeted because the offer directly did target them. So I'm gonna just play the subtitles, no audio, but let me give some context. For those that probably don't watch Fire Force or, you know, just want a little bit of a rundown if you haven't seen the season. Basically, Tamaki is having a big fight, and obviously, if you know anything about Tamaki, usually she is known for having, like, maybe her clothes or stuff slipped off. It's a gag and stuff like that. There's a lot more to her character than that, obviously. But the point is that it's a little bit of a gag that's definitely known in the anime and manga community, and you have an entire fight to where basically she takes off everything, and she accepts being able to show how she is in her body and everything, and it just showcases a little bit of growth as her character as well. There's a lot more to that. I'm very much simplifying everything, but the point, though, is that you have this woman in the crowd watching, and she's the mother of this kid, and she starts complaining about how Tamaki looks. She literally says here that only people with nice figures get complimented for their looks. It isn't fair. Like, what do you mean? Like, of course, if you look good, you're gonna get complimented. If you look like you have shit all over you, you're not gonna be complimented. If you look like a walking blob, you're not gonna get complimented. That's common freaking sense. Like, guys. If I came on here to record my video, and I literally had, like, filth leaking off. I had trash on my shoulders, banana peels all over my head or whatever, and I looked like a freaking blob. Okay, I was like blob. You probably wouldn't compliment me for my looks. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, guys. You would be memeing on me in the comments below, say, "Holy crap, what is this? Like, what's this blob? He looks like he belongs in, like, I don't know, like he's an ogre or something, or an orc." Like, I would be called something like that. Truthfully, I would. And that's the thing here. It's like, the fact that this character thinks, like, it's wrong to compliment someone because they look good is just... This is where we're at in the 2020s. Like, people legitimately get so violent and angry if you compliment someone because they have a nice figure. And I'm glad that the author put this in, calling this type of shit out. So anyways, let me continue by. I'm sorry for pausing. This is her son. "Mama, what you're saying doesn't make sense." And she's like, "What? If that cute soldier with the nice figure has to be considerate of others, then doesn't everyone who's exceptional have to be considerate of others too? In sports, we'd have to let people who suck play as regulars." That right there is so massive. Huge. Like, that right there blows such a hole in a lot of people's arguments about this topic too. It's like, in sports, when someone watches sports, let's say football, soccer, you watch, you know, tennis, you know, hockey, anything. Okay, you watch a sport, you're not watching sports because you want to see average players that are terrible at it play. You want to watch the best of the best. You want to see teams that have put their all, spent years upon years of dedicating themselves to their craft. You want to see these massive athletes go in and go at each other and come out on top, or see who comes out on top. If you put regular people in that, you're not going to have as interesting of matches. You won't. And so it's like, in this type of context, it makes perfect sense. You can't put people that can barely even run or do regular things into a serious athletic match that is trying to fight for money, fame, glory, whatever. That's not possible. And so what the kid right here said, or in this case, the offer obviously is self-inserting themselves in this moment, is very powerful stuff that instantly calls out this type of conversation. You're an elite researcher at Hajime. You're smarter than other people. You're exceptional, right? But if someone wanted to be a researcher and couldn't because they weren't smart enough, this means you'd have to give up your spot as a researcher to them, right? I love this! Like, such powerful dialogue, man. It's honestly insane how good this dialogue is, because it's like, you can put this conversation on so many other topics right now. I don't like to get political, but you could really apply this to a lot of political things going on. You could. And it's like, an example here. He's basically saying, okay, you've earned your spot because you're very intelligent, Mom. But if someone comes in, they need your spot because obviously they're not as intelligent. Will you give your spot over? Because obviously you want to give them a chance, right? You think that people that are potentially not worthy, or regulars, or people that have not actually, or not that smart as you, do you think that, they should take your spot and then remove all the smart people from the top? I love this. It's great. Anyways, he continues talking. Your mama worked very hard to get smart. That's different from someone who was just born good looking. We aren't the same. Getting smarter is a talent too. True. True. This man is spitting facts. There are tons of people in this world who don't even know how to study. Since you're not one of them, you must have been born smart. Crazy. Absolute wild fucking dialogue. Wild. And also, that lady soldier's tone body is beautiful. And she's like, what? The beauty of that body is a result of daily training of diligent work. Basically, working out, doing your activities, her job, everything, just everything. That's right, I'm Tatsuto. Hearing the words of the captain of the 8th earlier awakened me. Now that I think about it, Mama, what's your name again? So, in this moment, it's very obvious just, like, what's going on here. Like, this kid's, like, going through stuff a lot. But it's just so apparent that the author is just self-inserting in this moment, really just venting their frustrations about not just Tamaki as a character, how people have treated her in the community over the years, but also just in general, a broad statement towards how people come after fictional content. It's insane. But what's your name again? What? Could it be that you're someone who doesn't think and just gets swept along by the info you get on the spot? So this one is so great for one big reason. It's so true too. People will read a headline and they will do no research. They will not read the article. They will not go to other articles. They will not actually do their own independent research. They will just look at a headline, read it, and say, okay, I understand everything that's going on. And usually headlines, let's be honest, like to either exaggerate or lie about things. And so the reason why you act like this is because you chose to read a headline and not do your own independent research to figure out if it's true or not. And you join a mob mentality that basically either will ruin someone's life, ruin a work, or whatever, because you want to virtue signal and feel good about yourself. I really love this. It's just so incredible. Let's continue. The mother's just getting absolutely fuming. Something's wrong with Tatsuto. It's all that female soldier's fault. It's because he saw that. It's true. It's just as Tatsuto-kun says. You and I are supposed to be colleagues. But other than the fact that you're Tatsuto-kun's mother, I can't recall anything. Gone. She vanished. Her role was finished, so she disappeared. Tatsuto-kun, you're A part of the mob who is granted a name. I've become a world builder capable of thought. The mob is meant to cause a fuss and burn, and nothing more. That is so crazy, basically implying that the mob is just meant to destroy, not to create. It's just meant to cause a fuss. There is nothing else it is to do. It's not trying to form change or anything like that. It is literally just seeking to destroy and rip things apart, aka censorship, sanitization, and just attack freedom of expression within art and literature. I really love this episode of Fire Force. I'm not gonna lie, like, even if you don't like Fire Force, like, let's say you never watched Fire Force, you've never seen anything about it, you only know about it through memes or whatever, or this is the first time you've ever seen anything from it because of this video, I think, in general, if there is anything that makes Fire Force a grade A series, it's definitely something like this, because it's such a winning message that really resonates, especially in this time period right now, and really speaks upon all these authors and animators that get targeted by Western ideals and trying to censor them. It's just, it's crazy. Like, I really have so much respect for the author for even putting this in. But I also have a lot of respect for David Productions even adding this in as well. Because, obviously, this could, it's important. It's very important to be here. But they could have tried to shorten it. They could have tried to change it. All sorts of different things. I've seen studios try to censor things before. I have. And I'm very happy that David Productions that worked on this episode put this in. They didn't try to remove it. They put it in its entirety. It's beautiful. I'm so happy about this. And seeing people like this so upset makes me so happy. It brings me so much joy. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing their unhappiness brings me happiness. Because anime is not for you. Especially Fire Force. Especially Soul Eater. It is not for you, and it is doing its job. It is gatekeeping you and calling you out. These authors do not want you to censor them. They want to draw and write what they want. And I'm so happy about this. So I'll leave it at that. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a fantastic day or night wherever you live. Chibi out.